Yo, what's up? It's your man, your host Sean here for No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment. We're here on a Friday. Normally we do our show on Thursdays, but had some technical difficulties. Basically, just issues with scheduling. So here Friday, man, to talk to you guys about the weekend sports and entertainment and see what's going on with you. So a couple of places where you can find us. Check us out on Twitter at NHB Sports. Use the hashtag NHB. I will be live tweeting all the playoff games this weekend. So follow us on Twitter at NHB Sports. You can follow my personal Twitter at Ace of Diamonds 99. I'll be tweeting all weekend, man. So doing some live tweeting on some sports, some football. Duke is playing Louisville this weekend at noon, so I'll definitely be into that. So check us out there. If you're following on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. Like our page, No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment. Ask for permission to join our group, No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment Group. We got over 100 members, man. We have a great time just discussing sports, different things going on in entertainment, different perspectives too. So it's a pretty cool group. And everybody's cool, so there's no problems, there's no drama. So if you're looking for a place just to express your opinion, drop a few articles, drop some comments here or there, no holds barred, that's the place for you. Also, you can email us at noholdsbarredsports@gmail.com. It's a great way to communicate with us about the show. If you have any suggestions, you want your petty read on the show, we definitely read the emails on the show. So, yeah, man, that's the way to get in contact with us. Shout out to Sonia Samuels who just joined. Thank you for joining the conversation today. So, man, it's the title of the show. We got to talk about it. I'm sorry, Alabama fans, but the tide stopped rolling. What happened? What happened, Alabama? Dominated the game pretty much for 3 quarters, um, and just lost to Clemson. So first off, shout out to the Tigers of Clemson and your fans. Uh, Very big win. Big come from behind win. Deshaun Watson had one hell of a game. Uh, but man, that's just heartbreaking. Losing the game with 1 second to go, Deshaun Watson throws touchdown pass with 1 second left to play. Man, I mean, what do you do with that? But really and truly, if you didn't see the game, it basically came down to this: Alabama intimidated Clemson in the first half with big hits on Deshaun Watson, just bone crushing hits. Bo Scarborough was running the ball. It was a physical game, and it was Alabama's game there. Mike Williams had been knocked out of the game temporarily, and it was all Alabama. You go into the third quarter, Scarborough gets hurt, and the complexion of the game changes. Um, Hey, shout out to my man Landry who joined. Landry, I don't know if you want to listen to this part of the show. We talking about Alabama and what happened, but yeah, man. So Scarborough gets hurt in the third quarter, and the game just changes. Alabama, from that point on, has 7 straight three and outs on offense. Now, some people are saying, well, Lane Kiffin would have found a way to make something work and, help out the defense because ultimately the defense was on the field for 99 plays. And I just think they got tired, to be perfectly honest with you. That just looked like a tired team out there. But Scarborough gets hurt. Jalen Hurts never really got into a rhythm as far as his passing goes. The game was called conservatively, which I kind of expected with Sarkeesian. He's a guy that stick with what works. The running game was working. The screen game was working. If you call working 1 out of every 4 attempts, but it just was what it was. Alabama was winning. They were winning. They were moving the ball when necessary. Um, and they were just winning, man. But I just think the defense just got tired. The worst thing that could have happened was that long pass, touchdown pass to Thompson. Um, you know, Alabama needed to drive then. But it was just one of those things, man, to where you just had a tired defense. You got an offense that found its rhythm in Clemson. Mike Williams was a beast. in one-on-one coverage. He was winning every battle. The slot receiver, I think his name was Winfro, number 13. He just had a ball game, man. He scored 2 touchdowns last year against Alabama, had a big game this year. He just kept moving the chains, making those critical receptions to move the chains, and he made big plays. Deshaun Watson, what more can you say? Over 400 yards passing against that defense, 250 of it in the fourth quarter when it really mattered. He just played, man, and it's just like I don't think you can blame Alabama. You just got to give Clemson credit. Now, I'm not a fan of Dabo Swinney for what he said about Colin Kaepernick, and if you don't like this country, you need to get up and leave. I'm not a fan of that, but I will give him his respect. His team won. You're kings of the college football universe. But the tide stopped rolling, man. I mean, it's just I was so ready to crown them the next dynasty. You still can if you want to be honest with you. 4 titles in 8 years. Every year of the playoff, they've made it. And they've been a consensus number one for the last 8 years. They've been ranked number one at least 1 week in the last 8 years. So, dynasty, yes. You got to give it that. But is the tide still rolling, though? What type of loss will this be? Because it's going to be a long off season because in September, man, they got to go to Atlanta and play Florida State. What's the Tide going to do? Now, Vegas has already released their odds saying that Alabama is the number one team to win the national championship yet next year. It's 13-4 odds with Florida State coming in too. Clemson is number 9, not getting any respect, but you got to be there, man, because simply you're losing Deshaun Watson, you're losing Mike Williams, you're losing a couple guys on defense. Yeah, Clemson's not going to be there. But to me, the teams next year you need to watch out for, I do think Alabama will be there. You've got a lot of returners on offense. The offense, I think, will have to carry the team because that defense is going to lose a lot. But Florida State will be there. Ohio State, I hate to say it, but they should be pretty strong next year. Penn State should be pretty good. Wisconsin's got that funky schedule next year to where they've got Michigan at home, but they don't play Ohio State or Penn State. So, scheduling could be there for them. My Gators are going to be there. Just watch us. And Oklahoma should be pretty solid too. So, I don't know how the Tide is going to be, man. This loss is going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt a little bit, as it should. But maybe they'll use it as motivation like Clemson did to get back to the championship game next year and actually win it. So, we'll see. Shout out to my man Larry who just joined. Man, it's that time. It's that time for NFL playoffs. Divisional round starting tomorrow. Let's go in order. We get a little NFC flavor with Seattle going to Atlanta. A lot of people are on the Falcons right now. Matty Ice, if that's what you want to call him, is playing out of his mind, MVP level. The numbers are there to support that, but he gon' Matty Ice. He is going to Matty Ice. He is going to screw it up. They the Falcons. That's what they do. That is what they do. They're not a winning franchise. And he's not a quarterback that you can depend on. Who have they beat this year? Who have they beat? Now, don't get me wrong. The Falcons' offense is very dynamic. It's very dynamic. Julio Jones, when healthy, is the best receiver in the game. We can have that argument if you want to, Antonio Brown fans. But my money is on Julio. But the running game is solid with Freeman. That defense, though, that's my thing with Atlanta. Can they stop you when they need to? Can they go and get 2 consecutive 3-and-outs and give the offense back the ball? Can they do that? I just don't think so, man. And I trust Russell Wilson more than I trust Matty Ice in this game. That's why I'm going with Seattle for the upset. And I'm going with the upset here, 28-27. I do think it'll be a very close game. I want to say the point spread is Falcons 4.5 or 5, something like that. But man, I just don't see Atlanta winning this game. They at home, they've had the rest, but Seattle is battle tested. They're battle tested. That defense, I think, will rise up and make the necessary stops. They're not going to slow Atlanta down to a point where they just don't do anything. But you got to go with Seattle, man. You have to go with Seattle in this game. I like the running game, not so much for the yardage, but for the attempts to keep that Falcon defense honest. I like Doug Baldwin. Jimmy Graham can have a big game, and Russell Wilson moving the chains when necessary. Period. You know, he'll pull it down, he'll run, they'll move the chains. And I like Pete Carroll as a better coach than Dan Quinn in this game. So I'm going with Seattle 28-27. Shout out to my girl Michelle Ward who just joined. Guys, let's take a time out for the show right quick. Follow Michelle Ward on Facebook. Listen, not only is she an extremely beautiful woman, she's a professional trainer and professional bodybuilder. So if you're looking for some workouts and some inspiration, this is your girl to follow. Uh, Great Facebook Live posts, great exercise posts. Her pictures are amazing. And like I said too, because we've actually met, I told her I admire you because I don't know of a person who can carry on a conversation and do pull-ups at the same time. Michelle Ward is amazing. So definitely follow her, guys. So let's go into the second game. We got some AFC flavor here. A game that I just find a total mismatch. You've got the Texans going to New England. The point spread is New England 15.5. Vegas is begging you to place money on this game and go with New England. Now, I think New England will win. I'll never pick a playoff game by 2 touchdowns. That's crazy. But you got to go with Tom Brady here. I know there's no Gronkowski. That's right, Michelle. Pull up power. It's amazing. I did pull ups this morning and I was holding my breath the whole damn time. But you got to go with Brady here, man. Brady and Belichick. You know, at home, 2 week layoff, facing the Texans team. Now, the Texans defense, Clowney is going out of his mind. They are the number one defense with yardage in the league. So I don't expect it to be a high scoring game. However, I will take New England at a 17-9 type of game. I don't think the Texans will find the end zone. I think they'll get some field goals. Larry, go Pats. I know that's your secondary team there. I'm good with that. But I just don't see the Texans, man, and Osweiler putting together another performance like he did last week. New England will stop the run, make the Texans one-dimensional, and the theme in football is, do you trust your quarterback? Do you trust Brock Osweiler to win you that game? The answer is no. You got to go with Tom Brady, man. The MVP of the league, in my opinion. My man Clay D joined. What's up, boy? I ain't seen you in a minute. But man, you got to go with the Pats in this game. Like I said, I don't think they'll cover the point spread at 15.5. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I think the Texans defense will keep them in the game through 3.5 quarters. But Brady, Belichick, you got to go with them. So let's move to Sunday. Got some AFC flavor starting us off, which will be a great game. You got Pittsburgh traveling to Kansas City. Listen, Pittsburgh, if you go back through the episodes, was my team to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC. That offense is so scary. However, there's going to be a weather situation in Kansas City. So throwing the ball deep to Antonio Brown ain't going to be the flavor. So I think it's gonna be a game in the trenches. Which offensive line is going to be able to assert itself against the respective defense? Now, Andy Reid, this is totally crazy when I give you this stat, is 19-3 as a head coach coming off of a bye week. That is insane. So he prepares his team, and he's had 2 weeks to prepare for Pittsburgh. Alex Smith, I like Alex Smith. Any quarterback that can move the chains and don't make mistakes, you can play for Sean's team. So Man, this is going to be a game. I think it's going to be not necessarily low scoring, which will be in Kansas City's favor because they cannot score with Pittsburgh. I think the weather will help them out there. I think that Kansas City defense does very well. But man, shout out to my girl Shanitra Ransom who just joined. Um, I can't pick against Pittsburgh for some reason, man. I think they're playing so well right now. That offense is dynamic, and the defense has gotten better. It has gotten better. Um, you know, Harrison is out of his mind, just all over the field, making plays, tackles for losses, tip passes, doing well in coverage, believe it or not. So I gotta go with Pittsburgh here, man, and I gotta go 21-17. I think they'll make enough plays on offense, and I just think Kansas City will be conservative. That's just who Andy Reid is with this team and this quarterback, and they shouldn't be. But I gotta go with Pittsburgh to get the win on the road in a very close and entertaining game. I think this game will be fascinating to watch. So that leads us to the game of the weekend. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Cowboys fan, but listen, you got Aaron Rodgers, winners of 7 straight, traveling to Dallas to play the number 1 seeded Dallas Cowboys and our dynamic rookie quarterback Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Whew! It's going to be a game, guys. It's just going to be a game, man. Um, However, the money is on the Packers to for the win, believe it or not. Now Dallas is favored, but the money is going towards Green Bay, which I can understand that. The way Aaron Rodgers is playing right now, what he did to the New York Giant defense, which many consider to be one of the best in the league, was criminal. Not only does he get a Hail Mary pass at the end of the halftime, which I think broke their back, by the way, but the back shoulder passes, the scrambles on third down, the moving in the pocket to buy time for his receivers to get open and hit them, recognizing man coverage at the line of scrimmage, going over the top. Aaron Rodgers is putting on a clinic on how to play the quarterback position. Now, news has come out. His number 1 receiver, Jordy Nelson, due to a rib injury, will not be playing in the game Sunday. Now, that's a problem. That's a problem. If you go back to the struggles of the Packers this year, Jordy Nelson ain't been in the lineup or he's been nicked up. So who's your number 1 guy? You got to go with Cobb, Adams. I don't know. As a secondary, we can handle those guys, the Cowboys. We're going to control the game with the running game. Ezekiel Elliott had over 170 yards the first time we played them in Week 6 at Green Bay, where we beat them. We control the line of scrimmage. We control the game. We make stops on defense. We apply pressure to Aaron Rodgers by us scoring and holding the ball, and we win that game going away. I got the Cowboys 28-24. I do think it'll be a close game, but I think we'll win going away with a defensive stop in the fourth quarter. Yes, I said defense. So my picks this weekend, I'm going with Larry says he doesn't believe in Cobb. Man, Cobb makes plays, though. You know, Cobb will make you a play here or there. Can he take over a game, though, and be a stud number 1? No, don't believe that at all. But my picks this weekend, I'm taking Seattle over Atlanta. I know a lot of Atlanta fans going to be disappointed. Y'all should be used to that by now. Taking the Patriots over the Texans in a low-scoring game. Going with the Steelers over the Chiefs. And, of course, I got the Cowboys. Of course, I got the Cowboys over the Packers. So your championship weekend, next weekend, looks like you're going to have the Seahawks going to Dallas and then the Steelers going to New England. Not Sunday. Larry, we got to get together, man. We got to smoke some cigars, man. Talk about what's going on in the world. But that's what I got for your NFL, man. I think it'll be a very entertaining weekend. Remember, if you're on Twitter, follow NHB Sports. I'll be live tweeting the game. Use the hashtag NHB. and hashtag whatever game is on, and talk to me, man. We'll be, I make jokes while I'm tweeting. I do give you good commentary, but I'm here for these jokes, man. If somebody get hit hard, I'm gonna joke about it. I'm gonna post the video and everything. So check us out on Twitter. So let's move to the NBA. Let's start off with our Russell Wilson watch. Another triple double again. That makes 17 for the year. Can we just give Russell Westbrook the MVP now? I mean, really, man, let's just give it to him now. Like, this is crazy. We're coming up on the All-Star break. This is crazy. Now, there's one thing, an article I did read today that's saying that who would you start in the All-Star game at point guard, Westbrook or Steph Curry? I'm a Steph fan. I love the way he plays the game. But, nah, man, Larry, I'm not going to the Yelp event tomorrow, man. So I got the kids, man, so I ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. I'll just be hanging out at the house, man. But yeah, we can hook up Sunday though. Oh, what's up, my girl, Miss McCants, that just joined? How you doing? Thank you for joining. So, but yeah, man, you gotta go with Westbrook over Steph in the All-Star game, man. Who else is playing better? Who else is playing better? I'm sorry. I'm a Steph guy. Hell, start them both if you want to, but if you gotta choose, you gotta go with Russell Westbrook. This is a historic moment. We are 40 games into the NBA season, and this dude is averaging a triple double. A triple double halfway through the season. Halfway through the season. Yes, he has to start. Yes, he is the leading candidate for the MVP. There's nobody else. There are some great seasons going on out there. Karl Anthony Towns is having a hell of a season. Anthony Davis is having a hell of a season. KD is having a season. LeBron is having a season. But Westbrook is must-see TV. When they're on ESPN, ABC games are starting up now, or TNT, you got to watch the Thunder, man. You got to watch them. Because watch for a triple-double. And the thing is, he's getting triple-doubles in the first half, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Get a man the MVP. Now, here at No Holds Barred, I'm all about conspiracy theories and agendas. And I have an agenda, and it's involving the New York Knicks. So if you're a New York Knicks fan or a Carmelo Anthony fan, this segment ain't for you. But this is what I'm saying. The Knicks need to trade Carmelo Anthony. 32 years old, averaging 22 points a game. I want to say 6 rebounds, 3 assists. It's time. It's time where you can get something for him. Statistic that's totally crazy is the last 3 years since he's turned 30, he's had a negative plus minus, which means when he's on the court, his team is getting outscored. This year is negative 43. Last year is 107. The year before that, it was negative 95. So what benefit is he bringing besides putting fans in the seats? It's not his team anymore. It's Porzingis' team. You've got Derrick Rose, who went MIA. I don't know where the hell he was. But, man, get a shooter. Get another post player that Porzingis can play off of. Get you a slasher going to the basket besides Derrick Rose because he's going to get hurt anyway. Get rid of Carmelo while you still can. Trade him. It's time. He's bringing nothing to the franchise. Right now, the Knicks are 11th in the Eastern Conference. They're 17-22. Why keep him on the team? What, are you going to fight for that 8th playoff spot only to play the Cavaliers and get swept? Why? Shout out to Eric Diggs who joined, another personal trainer, good guy. It's time to trade Carmelo, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Knicks fans. He's bringing no value to the franchise. He's giving you 22 points a game. Okay, that's solid. No problem there. He's giving you some rebounds. He don't play defense. He is a ball hog. He's nothing but pounded 22 times, dribble down the lane, get fouled, maybe. Maybe he's on tonight. He can hit his threes. But for what Jeff Hornacek wants to do with ball movement and actually running a little bit, Carmelo is not a good fit. It's time for him to move on. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's my agenda this week. Carmelo Anthony needs to be traded from the Knicks. I'm sorry. Get you some young players, get you some picks. You're not making the playoffs anyway. And if you do make the playoffs, you're looking at an 8th or 7th seed. You're not going to do anything. Get Porzingis some help. Get him some help. Get you a shooter. Get you a point guard that's going to distribute. Get you somebody that can go to the rack and get you some points. Get somebody that's going to play defense. Get everything that Carmelo is not. Get everything Carmelo is not. He's been a great player, 13 years in the league. He's not bringing you a franchise. He's championship, and he's not going to take you to that level. He's going to get you the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. That's what Carmelo is going to get you. It's time to let go and let God and trade Carmelo Anthony. So, but yeah, man, let's talk about some entertainment here really quick. I went and saw Fences. I finally saw Fences. Hell of a movie, man. Hell of a movie. Thank you, Larry. You with me, bruh. You got to trade Carmelo Anthony, man. It's time, dog. I gave you 15 reasons why you got to. It's time. Fences is awesome, y'all. Like, that movie moved me. And I'm not an emotional type of cat, but wow. The acting performances was simply amazing. Viola Davis already won a Golden Globe earlier this week for her portrayal in the movie. Denzel is amazing. His dialogue is awesome. It's so good. I cannot think of the actor's name, but he played Bubba Gump in Forrest Gump as Denzel's brother. Awesome. Amazing. Just, it's so good. It's so well written. And it's so black, man. That's what I love about it. It's so black because it's so us. Hey, everybody that's out there, has your father, mother, uncle, aunt talk to you about that profession conversation? About, hey, you need to get you a trade. You need to have a skill that you can do that they can't take from you. Denzel told his son that. My daddy and granddaddy had that conversation with me at one point. Like, look, you need to be able to do something that can put food on your table. Man, it was so good. That movie was so good. And then the swerve in the middle of the movie, because it starts off, look, I am going to spoil it because you should have seen it by now. It's been out for a month. But, it starts out, you thinking, man, this dude loves his wife. She just want him to put this damn fence up. Denzel out there, man, got him a little side piece and get her pregnant. And he had to tell Viola, and woo. That's where Viola won that Golden Globe, dog. She had that little snot cry going on. Like, I've been with you for 18 years. Man, it's so good, dog. It's so good. It's a little over 2 hours, so you need to know that going in. But it's so entertaining. That the skill of the actors is so well. It's a simple movie. Not a lot of locations there. It mainly takes place at the house and in the backyard and walking up and down the street. But it just talks about us, man, in the 60s, black folks. It takes place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I really like the authenticity of the sets of that time period, the dress. It was so good, man. So check out Fences and support our black films, man. That was so amazing. I am going to check out Hidden Figures this week, so I'll review that next week. Go take my daughter to see that. We need to see some black faces on TV. Representation is important. But also too, man, I've downloaded the first 10 episodes to my DVR. It's a long weekend, so I'm gonna watch it this weekend. But I'm gonna check out This Is Us. I've heard a lot of good things. I heard the acting is very well in it. It's a show that comes on NBC. So I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna binge it. I'm gonna start tomorrow morning. and just see what's up with it, man. And we'll talk about it. I'll probably tweet about it, put something on Facebook about it, see what the deal is. But the way I see it, when people from all walks of life, black, white, male, female, young, old, um, say this is all good, I kind of got to go with it, you know? So we'll see what that's about, man. But I'm definitely excited about checking out This Is Us, and just seeing what all the fuss is about. So let's move into our last segment here, called the Church of Petty, where we embrace petty at No Holds Barred. I know it's frowned upon in society. It's not the politically correct thing to do or say to be petty. But look, I'm all about that petty, man. Um, I'm all about that. So there was a video posted today by one of our group members about this woman at T-Mobile. For whatever reason, she was upset about what they told her. You know, I don't know if they couldn't fix her phone or what, but she leaves the store, gets in her SUV, and drives it in the store through the door. Drives her SUV, parks it, gets out, and assaults a salesperson. That's petty as hell. It's stupid, but it's petty as hell. What's wrong with you? A complaint ain't enough. You can't call, the 800 number they give you at the bottom of the receipt, or just, call *2 or *3 on your phone and complain. You got to run your car through the store and then get out and talk to the salesperson, physically assault them. Lady, that's petty. I do hope they throw you in jail, however. But damn, that's just so petty. I don't know. Also, too, man, we got this Chris Brown and Soldier Boy thing going on. Floyd Mayweather, you petty as hell for getting these two idiots to fight in Dubai. Why we got to take our ignorant American ass over to Dubai? With them two representing us. Why? That video's been posted too of Soldier Boy working out, man. Soldier Boy is about 68 pounds and 6'1". So we got two trainers here, Michelle Ward and Eric Diggs. Y'all need to go train Soldier Boy, and maybe in 10 years he'll be ready to go. But if he fight Chris Brown, man, he gonna have a well whooped ass, and that's gonna be a petty ass fight because it's gonna, after one hit, it's gonna be over. But Chris Brown probably just finna just dance and shit all around him. So I don't know what's going on in the world, man. It's just everybody being petty, and I'm just sitting back. I'm loving it. I'm so loving it. But this has been another episode of No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment. Oh, guys, check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube, put in No Holds Barred Sports. We're the second one that comes up. You got a picture of me and my wife in our ugly Christmas sweaters standing in front of a bear. That's our channel. Like the page, like the videos. We're trying to get up to 100 videos so we can get the official channel. And check us out, man. We'll be posting a lot of stuff this year. Gonna be taking some trips and doing some live broadcasts from some locations where I'll be at. Oh, Larry, yeah, hit home that father-son dynamic. Talking about fences, man, it was good, man, and it was that tough upbringing too. Like, I kind of liken my father to that, not necessarily because my father wasn't like Denzel, but like that tough, make it a man out of you type of guy. That look, you finna do these chores because that's what you're supposed to do. So you need to learn how to do this, this, and this. Yeah, man. I like that black fatherhood, dog. Like, you can't beat it when it's done right on TV. It's good. It's good. So, but yeah, man, No Holds Barred. We got us a YouTube channel. We got a Facebook page. We got our email. We got our Twitter. Instagram is coming. It's coming when we start going to live events. And if we come to your city, man, hit us up. Let us know. And we'll interview you and put you on the show. We are going to be doing some fan interviews. So if you want to be on the show, hit us up, noholdsbarredsports@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at NHB Sports. Or just right on our wall, man, on our Facebook page or in our group. So it's been a real pleasure talking to you tonight. We'll see you next week. No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment. We out.